is a maze, and it moves whenever you go in and out of it. That's Ivaldi's workshop. And by now, you've probably been there. Actually, maybe not.
That would explain the hefty magical lock on the outside.
But it's more than that.
It's not really, actually, yeah.
I have this
No.
feeling. Like something is waiting for me.
So, anyways.
A knack for ominous statements.
Blah, 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 blah. Fuck this.
What kind of something?
A Valkyrie.
I'm not sure.
Bad thing.
Something powerful.
Yes.
Whatever you feel, boy, we will handle it. We have come this far, yes?
Yes, Father.
Now, open sesame. Now, this Valkyrie is one that is of extreme importance because this Valkyrie
A
is
Valkyrie? In prison?
set up for
She
the
actually
entire
did it.
A Valkyrie?
for the
But I
entire
thought they
premise
were
of the
spirits.
rest of them.
Take caution, lads. A Valkyrie in the flesh. I can't think of a more formidable opponent.
She does not attack.
Now,
Does she even know we're here?
shut up. This is how you start the Valkyrie fights.
Look out behind you!
This is how you counter. Fuck. Counter that way. Shit, she's gonna do some damage. Now, I have a resurrection stone. Very, 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 very useful. This is how you deal with the rest of the Valkyrie. Last second, you hit her. Then you hit her like this. Hit her for that. And then... That'll kill me. Okay.
That's it then.
Well, I'm gonna show you the Tears Revenge, or the whatever the fuck I'm using. I don't actually. Hold on. The Wrath of Frost Ancients and the River of Knives, very useful. This one I don't think I'm gonna find the one that does. Yeah, that one I think is gonna be what I do. Now, stop time.
We're here now.
This is how you use your rage successfully, and then not letting her escape. If that happens, amazing. Because then she can't escape. I blocked that, but fuck you. Oh, yes, forgot. If you parry correctly, well, you get one. And boom, that is Valkyrie completed. And that was me doing it in 2 attempts. That was terrible for explanation, but now,
You have freed me from my
now that you've seen what the Valkyrie,
You have
how,
my eternal gratitude.
how the Valkyries kind of operate,
My sisters remain trapped as I was.
what I can next
Take my helm.
explain
Find
to you.
them. Free them.
Yeah, by the way, minus the
The fate
door.
of the
Watch out.
Valkyries rest on your
But-
shoulders.
here's how this rolls. What you do is the Valkyrie is going to start with her wings closed. You walk up to her, you start an attack. You use a runic attack. That runic attack will open and allow
Fate of the
one.
Valkyries.
Sounds pretty important.
That's putting it mildly, lad.
And this
Do
is,
you know of them?
by the way, this
A
is
fair
the.
question, and yet not one easily answered. I know more than most, but much of their history is veiled in secrecy. My own experience with the Valkyries ends with my imprisonment.
You are avoiding the question, Head.
As I said, brother, it's complicated.
So,
I don't know why or how they become such wretched creatures, but perhaps if we can free more of them.
You want us to fight more of those things?
yes.
The fate of the Valkyries, lad. A more worthy endeavor there is not.
Had
It'll be
I.
dangerous.
Well, that hasn't stopped you before, eh?
So,
That's the spirit.
now, that was Valkyrie 1. I'm gonna explain now what happened. So, I started off, the Valkyrie will start here, and this was Gunther. You can see her health bar. She's the by the way, that is the easiest Valkyrie of them all. So, basically, for someone who hasn't done it for the first time, you're gonna walk up, and if you have this River of Knives, and if you have Wrath of the Frost Axe, but I don't remember how I got that. I think you buy it from them or complete by story. You're gonna go like this, hit her with this. Open the wings, and you're gonna hit this. Then you're gonna use Atreus, if you can, to fire, and you're just gonna hold her there. Then you're gonna quickly switch to your Blades of Chaos. And this is why it's recommended. You use this attack, and then you use this attack. It'll keep her stunned and take most of her health. Then she'll probably escape. If you have and if you have your res stone, don't worry. You've done pretty much a shit ton of damage already. Then, if you can, but you don't have this, this is called Realm Shift. This is what a talisman. Talisman abilities are gonna be indicated by left button and circle. Then she's gonna escape. She's gonna fly up through here. She's gonna glow yellow. At the last second, she's gonna charge into you here, or wherever you're standing. You're gonna pop your shield at the last second. Then it's gonna parry. Then once you've hit your shield, the shield will end up parrying her, taking some health away. Remember, it's literally just parry and hit. That is all you have to do. Just parry and hit, and that is how you beat Gunther, the first Valkyrie of them all. Now, the next Valkyrie I'm going to walk you through happens to be a little bit more of a challenge. This one will probably take me more than a few attempts. Because, as I said, if you do this right, if you take a lot of damage, then yes, you're going to use all of your res stone, which is okay. Remember, you can always get a second one. And you get that by buying it from Brock and Sindri, which we're aware of. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to head to Freya's house and fight the next Valkyrie. Now, this is where things get trickier. I will not lie, this Valkyrie is a little bit harder to counter and to fight. Why the fuck is this not letting me do what I want it to? Oh, no fucking way. What the fuck? Brock shop. What the fuck is the journey? I don't care. You have... We have now beaten your
What
first
now, then?
Valkyrie.
Maybe Freya ought to have a look at the boy.
No, I feel better now. I just needed to catch my breath.
We're not gonna do any more story shit.
Well, now that we've got the giant's chisel, we need to learn the travel rune to Jotunheim, so we can carve it into that special gateway
We're
atop
not
the peak
going
and
to
open realm
Tyr's
travel
temple
to the land of the giants.
because
You don't
it's-
know it?
Alas, no. But the serpent did mention that the giants had entrusted that secret to Tyr.
Isn't Tyr dead?
Aye, but his hidden vault is very much in reach. The doors are beneath his temple, submerged in the lake for generations until our snake friend shifted his weight. There we shall find the fabled Black Rune of Jotunheim.
Now, you have seen how the first Valkyrie mechanic works. Now, I'm going to take you to the next Valkyrie mechanic. By the way,
Scare up that alchemist what needed finding?
this Valkyrie is where things get tricky. I won't lie. The trickier the Valkyrie, the trickier the things are to maneuver, the more annoying this will become. Now,
Atreus, here!
Yes, Father.
the thing we are going to do is we've got two options. We can either go and do a Tears Vault thing, which we're not going to do, because I'm not interested in giving you a story lesson.
Ooh.
I'm going to...
Tears Vault is behind that magical lock.
Because the next part is all story mission and blah blah blah. You guys don't need to listen to this. This isn't a video about the God of War story. It's a video about how to fight the Valkyrie. I'm going to show you how to get to the next one, and then probably we'll head up to the
Hey,
one
Mimir.
in...
Last we were in a boat, you had just started the story. What did you want to tell me about the Long War?
Rock off.
Both
We're
sides suffered
going to
tremendous
go
losses.
up to the
And for
mountain.
many of us, quite frankly, war was simply no fun anymore. A
So,
senseless waste of precious life.
yeah.
Wouldn't
We're
you
going to go
agree,
to
brother?
Foothills Valkyrie. Actually, no. I'm wrong.
Precisely.
We're going to go... So, what we've done so far is we have completed this Valkyrie up here. They're dead. The next Valkyrie we're heading to is this Valkyrie. Actually, is the one in the Witch's Cave. This is where we're going to go next. Then from there, I'm going to work my way up to this Valkyrie right here and work my way into the final Valkyrie
Enough is
of
enough.
Midgard.
And at last,
If
Odin's most
time,
brilliant advisor became determined to find a
Allows
more
it.
enlightened
Allows
path.
me to.
He set
But
about to broker a peace between
If I
the
can
gods.
show you how to beat two
Took some
Valkyries
convincing, but ultimately Odin was persuaded to
Valkyries
marry his deadliest
are
enemy.
not going to
A
be
certain Vanir goddess. Legendary not only
are not
for
going to
her
be that much of
fertile
a problem,
beauty,
but they
but
will
her
take
genius
time.
at the very
That is
Vanir
the one
magic
thing that
Odin
I,
had long aspired
from
to
my
master.
coach to me,
Freya married Odin?
he
What was in it for
was
her?
like just
It was a
showed me
sacrifice to protect her
and
people.
kicked ass.
Selfless act of love.
But
Truly, she deserves
what I'm
better
going
than
to
she
show
got.
you is the
Of
next
course, there's more to that story.
is how we are going. So once you're in here in the Witch's Cave, blah blah blah, you're here. You're gonna hit this. You're not even going to talk to Freya.
Can you tell me how all this began with Balder?
He just knocked on our door.
Balder of Asgard just knocked on your door.
Yeah, he just showed up and started a fight. He said he wanted to know something. He said, I know what you want.
Oh, well, we'll circle back to that later. What
Basically-
exactly did he want to know?
I was under the floor by then.
He said I already knew what he wanted. Perhaps he was looking for another.
Ah, that's quite interesting.
Anyways, we are now going to basically continue. So, explaining where I left off as far as intro, because I sometimes do that by the dialogue of the characters. Basically, what's going to happen now is we are going to go to the next Valkyrie. Now, keep in mind
Our
the
enemies
reason
are strong.
it was so much easier for me to beat that Valkyrie is because of time shift. And again, that is an ability you get from beating the Valkyrie I'm about to show you how this Valkyrie works. Now, that being said, this is still no, don't take these Valkyrie lightly, because they are still awesome, and they are still extremely powerful. And yeah, basically, Valkyrie, hard things to beat, but it's gonna be fine. So long as you kind of understand. This one will get more confusing only because it has a secret mechanic that none of the other Valkyries have. This Valkyrie is annoying, so it will. This is where Atreus's special attack is extremely important to make sure you have charge when she does her thing. Unless you can do the most amount of damage to the... Actually, you know what? You'll just see when it happens, but I'll give you a little quick update. You're gonna, again, walk to the Valkyrie, walk up, start the encounter. This time I'm not really gonna focus on getting the loot, because the loot... Well, like, the loot of the Valkyrie, very good. The loot, like, outside the Valkyrie's tomb, doesn't really matter. It's not gonna help you. Well, until you get to New Game Plus, then it will help you, because then, you know, it's opened. But in this case, the only things that in this Valkyrie tomb that will help you are the chests that are down here, and they're down. I believe there's actually a thing here that I can fight, so I can get some rage. But guess not. There's a little chest there. You can grab that whenever the hell you feel like it. But now we're gonna get to the meat and potatoes of this, the Valkyrie.
We have to save him.
Think before you act. Are we prepared to face such a powerful foe?
I'm ready if you are.
Aye, same here. If that counts for anything.
Okay, this Valkyrie Ross is going to deal with. For health bar, yes, particularly not that bad. But understand, this is me being level 9. Valkyrie will do that. She'll come up and she'll throw these shields at you. Last second, could have parried, but I didn't. But she will throw her attacks at you. Remember to block. The Valkyrie will do this. She will be annoying. Then she will throw undeflectable attacks at you.
Is not your concern.
If you can stun her out of that attack, that is very helpful. But remember, when you kill the last Draugr, she kind of does that. And if you want another way to deal with her, for sure, you can use your whatever ability you have. Then what I would do is I would, just constantly whittle her down. And this is if you can and have the ability to. But that is how you beat the next Valkyrie. Again, I will walk you through this Valkyrie in the way that you can understand and digest. I just wanted to make this so that I can show you how to deal with the Valkyries.
I have only gratitude.
Why were you trapped?
I am uncertain.
So, those are the two easiest Valkyries. What'll happen, and I forgot to mention with the...
Valkyrie. It is the last thing I remember.
The what?
The other thing I forgot to mention for the other
I
Valkyrie
must return.
is that the other Valkyrie with her wings, she does this spinning attack as you saw, where I had to hold my shield up. Then she will glow red, and if you know what you're doing, glowing red means you can't stop. It means you have to dodge. So, you understand?
Stole a Valkyrie.
What is that, Mimir?
It's a council chamber of sorts, hidden away in Midgard.
Okay, I guess
The
this is
Valkyries
where
would
I
often need a place to
get
confer
the knowledge
outside
stone
of
of the
Odin's
Valkyrie.
prying eyes.
But,
They thought themselves
whatever.
properly
So,
concealed. but
most of the
the
Valkyrie...
All-Father sees all, so the saying goes.
Where is it?
We weren't far
So,
from it on our
most
way
of
to
the Valkyrie
Fulmer's Chisel.
will...
The entrance is to the left of the two oarsmen
You're
statues.
annoying.
You failed to mention this at the time.
This is...
Didn't think we'd be hunting down Valkyries at the time, brother.
So,
think we'll find
the
out what the
Valkyrie
Valkyries
will
are.
start with her light,
chamber
with her
held a
wings,
special
and
significance
she'll
for
start
it.
attacking.
We'll find
Remember,
something there,
keep
I'm
your
certain
shield
of
up
it.
at all times, and just let her hit that shield. And this is for the first Valkyrie I fought. She does this, where she hits you 3 times, then you gotta dodge. With your shield up, dodge. And remember, in that Valkyrie's case, you dodge to the right. Because she hits to the left. Always. So 100% of the time, she'll hit to the left. The last Valkyrie, which you just saw me beat, it doesn't really matter. She'll just kind of hit, and hit, and hit, and hit. Doesn't really matter. But, the Valkyrie that you need to be careful of and understand is the next one we're going to. Now, from what you understand now, you have completed 2 of the 3 Valkyrie. Over 2 of the 4, you're halfway. You gotten to this point, congrats. You're halfway there. You're almost there. Completing the Midgard Valkyrie. The next one I'm going to show you
Gentlemen certainly know how to get
will
around.
probably not be for another couple of days for the first
What does
2.
Baldur want?
These 2 videos
Well, let's look at what we know.
are going to be
Baldur is Odin's finest
digested
tracker, bar
in a
none.
way of
If
how
he wants you, you have to consider the possibility that Odin wants you.
you'll have to
And
understand
as for
that
what
fighting
Odin
them
wants, on this I have
when
some
you're... What I would prefer you do is try one of these Valkyrie, and remember, these wolves attacks... By the way, all of my stuff is fully upgraded, so it won't hit as hard, but if you can try to find these, by the way, going around, trying to get them, that's how you find all of these. The grips and stuff, that's a little more complicated, but that's a whole nother video in itself.
But his reach is very limited, and where he cannot reach, he is preoccupied with going. He's certainly tortured me enough about it over the years.
Basically, the one thing you need to remember is let yourself die. Now, my advice here was very contradictory because I didn't have to die and I didn't have to worry about dying. But you guys, if you're not prepared enough, you will have to be prepared to, die.
Tyr's vault is at the bottom of those
multiple
stairs.
times.
Just take them all the way to the bottom.
But one thing I recommend is letting yourself die. For sure, dying sucks, but since you have a resurrection stone, and by the way, with resurrection stones, how they work, you probably already know, you've probably messed with them. If you haven't, then let me clarify. Resurrection stones only break when you've completed the encounter. So, if you don't complete the encounter, and if you don't use it,
right now, even though we're walking through the Vanaheim Tower?
Correct. We are still in Midgard. This tower is just a mirror of an identical tower in Vanaheim that exists in this same spot. Here in Midgard, it's just symbolic. We would need to use the realm travel room to get to Vanaheim.
Confused.
Be grateful it works at all.
So, in other words, the Valkyries are gonna... This time, I will... this Valkyrie, I will show how it works. Hopefully I'm going to... Actually, no. This Valkyrie is the Foothills Valkyrie, which we need
Follow
to...
me, Atreus.
We need to unfortunately walk to, because if you take that... So, the last Valkyrie I will show you is the one in the mountain, and that Valkyrie is extremely hard. So, if you're not ready to fight that Valkyrie, don't worry. It takes time, as I've said. These fights take time. I should be, if I were to do this correctly and do this again, I would take my time fighting the Valkyrie. But only because I want to cover all three of the main Valkyries that you might struggle with. I want to kind of get through them. Now, this Valkyrie is a very frustrating one. If I've ever fought a Valkyrie that is more frustrating, it's this one and the one in the mist. But that's for a whole nother time. This Valkyrie is just annoying purely because this Valkyrie has this mechanic, which is weird. She does the smoke screen. You can hit her with Atreus' arrows to knock her out of the sky, which will stop it from happening. Now, understand that the other Valkyries get more complicated. This one is not one to worry about. The next Valkyrie will be covered in its own separate video, purely because there's a lot you need to unpack for that Valkyrie. For these first three, there isn't a whole lot to them. You just need to make sure you understand timing, and timing is key. She'll glow yellow. It'll glow yellow. All of the Valkyrie are she. So if you're somebody who's obsessed with that, listen. All of the Valkyrie are she. Now.
We're gonna save her, right?
If by save her you mean brutally rip her wings off, my vote is aye.
Enough. Both
Tears.
of you.
Mimir's
I will decide the best course of action.
pretty funny, but ready? Here we go.
Yourself.
The Valkyrie will open like every other Valkyrie. You'll hit with whatever Atreus attack you have. There. Now the Valkyries will do this. Now this is you understanding timing. The Valkyries will do that. Your shield is up. You've got to dodge that. Shit. She does do that. That's an undodgeable attack. And I have just messed that up. Valkyrie will sometimes go up and she'll do that. So yes, the Valkyrie will do that quite a bit. this will kill me, and as this has killed me, I'm down. Now, use your resurrection stone only if you think. Now dodge, shield, dodge, and remember, you have to dodge those attacks because they do a lot of damage. Now, shield up. Oh, okay. Guess not. That attack isn't, I didn't realize was gonna do that much. So, we're gonna start again. This Valkyrie hasn't done her signature technique yet, which kinda sucks.
Prepare yourself.
Now that's how I tend to do things with most of the Valkyries. I hit with attacks, then I use my hit her with that. She'll do that, she'll run, she'll throw her black wings, she'll throw her black wings again. That will happen, and it hurts. And this is an attack you cannot. That attack, as you saw, undodgeable.
You don't want to.
Now, she has that attack. Frustrating because it'll. And we're dead again. So, again, the first two Valkyries took me absolutely no time. This one is taking time. As I said, get the first two out of the way. You can deal with the next Valkyrie with ease. All I want to do here is keep her in that position. Now I've done 3 of her health bars. All I have to do here is hit her with that attack, and then I hit her with this. Most of the time you want those attacks to connect. You dodge. Again, you can't. But preferably you understand parrying mechanics. If you're good at dodging, you're okay. But if you can't dodge, again, I try to whittle down the Valkyrie, trying not to let her attacks hit me. That's why. Remember, you can throw your axe at her, but you need to remember to dodge her attack. Now, when she gets to this point, she's at a point where you can now kill her. And that is how you kill the Valkyrie. If you can corner them, in that case, it took me 3 attempts to kill that Valkyrie. So now it's all about timing.
Freedom!
This Valkyrie is very annoying.
A joyous day indeed.
I hate this Valkyrie.
Oof, this one is louder than the last.
Milady, please tell us. Why were you in this physical form? Why fight
Odin.
us?
I do not know. The soul of a Valkyrie cannot remain pure in a physical body. We belong in the spirit world, which is where I now go. Goodbye!
There's 3 Valkyrie completed. And that'll be all for today's video. I'm hoping that you guys find this video specifically helpful. Please do enjoy. And if you want to do these Valkyries in any other order, by all means, go ahead. But
I wouldn't want to speculate.
You know something.
I'm Nimia, the smartest man alive.
what the fuck?
I know many things.
Head.
Sigrun, the queen of the Valkyries.
Anyway.
She would have that power. The last time I saw her, she was corporeal herself. She came to visit me long after I'd been imprisoned by Odin.
So,
Well, we had history, I guess you could say.
Like, romantic history?
Ah, lad, you're making me blush, I think. Can I still blush?
First we hunt these creatures, and now we chase your former lover. We do not need this distraction.
I'm hoping you guys understand
Father, these are Valkyries.
these Valkyries.
They're the ones who
If you
keep the
need
death
any
from
questions,
overrunning Midgard.
leave them in
They
the
are terrible
comments,
at their
and I
job.
will
It's
answer
not
them.
their fault, brother. Someone
Enjoy.
changed them.
Hope these
Kept them from
helped.
their duty.
Have a great day. And good luck on your Valkyrie
Can't
hunting.
say for